T-Man 978 Chill Review.
Hello everyone, T-Man 978. I'm back from TFCon, and a ton of people said they want to see this review or they want to see my review. I don't know if they're worried about me or anybody else, but they told me specifically that they're waiting to see this review. So instead of me laying down and getting some real rest, I'm doing this review. Anyway, Mastermind Creations R37 Bedrock Guard. I don't know if that's part of his name. It's part of their Reformatted line. If you can't tell who this was supposed to be, it's supposed to be Bulkhead from Transformers Animated and Transformers Prime. Now let me get it out of here, so you can get the full experience for people that may never buy this or never get the chance to buy it. It's not an exclusive or anything. It just was at TFCon first. TFCon DC 2019 first. It's gonna be at the store I got it from was Toy Jojo. They were sponsoring this portion of the event. Comes in a tray like that. This and this collector's card right here comes in a baggie. I honestly, here are his stats if you want to see this real quick. Let me try to get my fingers out the light. But yeah, those are the stats. I actually didn't look in these instructions. I didn't look at this booklet. I just picked them up. What is it? Boulder Dash Reformatted Bedrock. So can I just choose which name, or is it a comic? Oh, it's a comic. Oh, I'm gonna have to read this. It's a big comic too. But yeah, transformation is super simple. That's why I'm willing to do this instead of going to rest. But as you can see, you get a big armored car right here. Plastic is good. The wheels, I don't know how to describe these. It's like they feel like plastic, but they feel rubberized at the same time. So maybe it's a thin, yeah, I think it's like a thin layer of rubber wrapped around. These rims are actually painted a shiny black right there. So that stands out. But it's pretty much just green with some black. Did I not push this in the way it's supposed to be? Yeah, there we go. So yeah, I didn't test these out to see if they are 5mm pegs. Yeah. Actually, I'm not sure if that's 5mm, but I know this is 5mm. Yeah, 5mm pegs in the front. Going around. Of course, this is the shielded window. So this thing fits into whatever. It could be part of Siege because it has this like covered up shielded window right there. Then you have like these ball maces that are part of his hands. But yeah, you can put this in with whatever line you want. And I'm gonna, of course, put it with my Generations. You can take his gun right here. It has this like little Amy sniper rifle thingy. You can put this however you want. I'll leave it like that. This little hole right there, we can start opening his arms up a bit. Wrap these little circular things around that hole. Plug it up. And maybe have it angled down first before you do that. And now he has like a tank cannon right there. It's always pointed up though. And it has limited range before the handle gets in the way. But that's good enough. Decepticons are typically flyers, so it's good to have that aimed up. Then you have these cannons right here. I'm going to imagine the silver part is the barrel. They give you two of these. Pow, 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 shoot. And it is a big vehicle. Let me get you some comparisons. Here's one right off top. Here's Studio Series Deluxe Class Constructicon. So there's that. Here is Masterpiece sun streaker right there. So, in scale with Masterpiece. Here's a current day deluxe class size tank. So yeah, this would be freaking leader class by today's standards. All right, here he is next to Cybertron Defense Red Alert right here. Cybertron Defense Red Alert is what used to be known as Ultra Class. If this thing would have come out in about 2005, it would have been an Ultra Class figure. I mean, it does have lighter plastic than this guy right here. This thing is heavy. This would be a leader class nowadays, but yeah. While I'm getting all retro, here is the deluxe class Red Alert right there. So that's all the comparisons I'm doing. Transformation, super easy, barely an inconvenience. Pop these off, pull these to the side to get this off right there. Where do we start? We start right here. I'm gonna lift these feet up right there. And now we gotta just basically kind of separate this off of here. This is the best way to get started for me. We can lift this up off of there. It's plugged into two little ports right there. Kind of start getting this together. Or bringing that down basically. Flip around these knee pads. Yeah, there you go. Now we can kind of bring this foot down on this side right here. All right, and now we need to start like shutting this wheel while moving the foot down like that. Close that together, and the suggested way, I'm going to show you the suggested way first. This is supposed to be here, and we can shut that and rotate this to be his foot. Same stuff over here. Start bringing this down while closing this. Get it straight, bring it down, rotate it with this in the front. Boom, boom. This is going to be the front of his body, so we need to rotate the legs this way. These right here, you could do whatever you want with them, but they were originally like this in the package. I'm going to put them down like that. At this point, we need to dislodge this and bring it down, but you see all that detail right there that they don't even need. Bring that down into place. It doesn't. Yeah, it does. I'm about to start lying to you. It clips into place at the bottom. There we go. Now we can split this right here and bring the arms forward into this position right there. Now we can bring this down, kind of like his head is blocking the freaking thing. Come on, you. So maybe we shouldn't have locked this. Kind of bring this back so the head doesn't. See, look, you know why that happened? I was looking at the daggone instructions and they didn't mention that. I didn't look at the instructions when I originally transformed this. But we can lift this up and bring this back like that. And now, oh my God, that's loud. We detach this, detach that, put it like that, and we can bring these wheels back like this. And now these pegs go into his back. And this comes over his shoulder. The hands, you could leave them like this if you want, to be honest, but this is supposed to be back here, and you could move the fingers around however you see fit. But basically, Bedrock is a robot. I've been calling him Bulkhead. Everybody else has been calling him Bulkhead. Nobody even bothered to even look at the fake name because everybody was calling it Bulkhead. I can tell you this as far as TFCon, getting those premium tickets, it's worth it so you can get stuff like this quick. You can get it the day before. Only bad thing is you don't know what the specials are. You have to buy those tickets on blind faith. So that's the only downside, and they may have things that you don't like. Then this guy... I'm not going to mention his name, but if he ever watches this, which he won't. Oh boy, he was in the line behind me talking about he only collects Megatron action figures. But you bought the premium passes. Why did you do that? How many Megatron specials or exclusives have they released first at TFCon? I'm pretty sure this has happened, but he specifically only buys Megatron figures, and that was a weird ass conversation behind me. And he went in there and didn't buy anything, but I digress. Let's get to the toy. The toy is great looking. It is bulky. The plastic feels good. It sort of feels like official product, but then you get the parts of the toy that are sharp AF. I went to pick this thing up, and I had my fingers right here. That cut right into my fingers and hurt like hell. So yeah, I wouldn't suggest these for a small kid, even though it has like a kind of simple transformation. Now you can put these wherever you want. You kind of had missiles on the side of his arm on the original Leader Class version of Bulkhead. You put these right here, but on the product shots, I see that they're like kind of in the shoulders like this, which is also good. Or you can put them where I was trying to put them earlier. So, but I like them in the arm, to be honest. And that's where they're going to be. This other gun right here. Just the handle looks like this right here. And he has like a little slot in the hand. So I'm going to kind of put the thumb down like that. Straighten up the arm so I can get at this. Groove that down to about that point where this is coming over the lip of the thing in his hand. Bring the thumb up there and wrap the fingers around. And boom. Of course, because of the stock, it limits your upward motion unless you twist it a certain angle. But you should be good to go right there, which is good. Here's a close-up on his face. It is very G1 stylized, so that's really good that they're able to accomplish that. Like, it is very reminiscent of a character like the cartoon version of freaking Warpath or something. And I guess he would fall in line with a character like Warpath, being a big, brawly, beefy dude. Now that you've pretty much seen his details and whatnot, and this, like I said, isn't really a new mold. It's just a retool, repaint. Let's get into the articulation. The head is on a ball joint, so you can do all this type of stuff. There's a secondary joint right there, so he can look down and he can look up. How far up depends on how attached you keep this backpack, and we're going to get into that. The shoulders are on a ball joint, a ball post, so the ball can go up and down and whatnot and go out that much. And he has like a bicep swivel here, and like I was trying to show off, double jointed elbow, but they get bumped up against his armor. You can reposition this armor to be like that and get even more motion, range of motion. But going back, yeah, that's a problem because of these shoulder pads. What I do is just detach that. If you want any type of pose like this, you have to detach that and pretend it doesn't matter. You probably saw his hand articulation while I was wrapping it around that gun. The ball joint right there can do all this and that because of the range. The fingers, each and every finger is individually articulated at the base, but they're stuck in this curved position. So yeah, they kind of basically don't even look like digits unless you do something like this. He has a waist joint technically. I mean, you can turn it, but if you keep this down, that's going to be in between his robotic butt cheeks. It only moves to about here unless you totally, completely detach his backpack so this can get out of the way. The legs go out that far. They can kick forward that much. They can kick back until it bumps into the back kibble again. He has rotation right here. He has double jointed knees that pretty much get the full bend right there. He has a swivel right here. He has ankle pivot. That's pivots all the way around. Toe tilt up. And then this toe back, the heel right here does basically at the same range. But here's what you can do if you do not like those skinny feet right here. Like, let me mention this. When you have it like this, it hinders this knee pad from turning. But now he has a toe in the front. The foot can go up and down. And it's another toe tilt right there for articulation. But in this position, this can spin freely. There is no little nubby nut locking point. So keep that in mind. Talking to people at TFCon, most people prefer the feet like this. Unfortunately, it puts the wheels in the front. But it's a new version of Bulkhead. Who's to say the wheels aren't supposed to be there anyway? Here's a comparison with another figure I picked up. It's Fans Project's Mad Law right there. Who is taller than him. I guess he would be a leader class as well. We'll see. I'm gonna get a leader class. Hold your horses. Rook is a deluxe class. He just happens to be near me. So yeah, there you are. Here's Siege Voyager class Megatron right here. So we can see what you're working with. And here is leader class Galaxy Upgrade Optimus Prime. So yeah, like I said, current day leader class. Except he's kind of more fun. Before I end things, I didn't mention that he does have wrist rotation. And if you put the hands, if you shut the hands, you can bring these over his fist and give him like little wrecking ball hands. So it's almost like they made this mold for him the whole time, thinking back on the other figures they gave us. But there you are, both hands can do that. In conclusion, the guy's big. He is appropriately bulky. At major downsides are the shoulder articulation. I wish they would have did something different with the shoulders, like made them slide forward. If you own the Studio Series Voyager class long haul, you know what to expect when it comes to these shoulder pads as far as articulation. But like I said, you can move this out of the way, but I think they should have come up with something else, like maybe make this collapse in or something. But it seems like they wanted to go the extremely simple route. But I like the fact that these wheels have rubber on it. I like that you have options as far as the feet, because they knew this guy will be, or this mold will be retooled into other stuff. But he is technically masterpiece size if you want. Yeah, I like all the extra features and whatnot. It's good. They did a good job. I like it. I think this thing was like shown off years ago, so it's great that they finally put it out for people like me who actually wanted something like this, and I'm happy I was able to get it. Thank you to everyone who's watching these videos. Until next time, T-Man978 out of here. Click the videos. Click the videos, baby. Click the videos. You should